Today is Tuesday, April 21st, and it is International Creativity and Innovation Day. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about, I don't know, being creative. What are some things that have been created and innovations that have been made that we use in our daily lives and we just don't realize the history behind it? So first I want to start off with the definition of innovation. According to the dictionary, innovation is a new method, idea, product, or etc. So this doesn't mean an innovation has to be creating this new item. Okay, it can just be the idea of something that can happen, being innovative. What type of ag innovations can you think of? Okay, so let's tie it back to agriculture here. I bet you can come up with quite a few that are just pretty much the basic staples that we know as innovations in ag. Some are more historical context, like refrigeration, right? Instead of having to use ice to keep our meat and products cold. A lot of them can be modern innovations that we use now. A lot that you guys might be able to think of is urban agriculture, that vertical gardening, aquaponics, all of those types of systems. It could be precision technology and drones. Think of how many farmers and different ag companies now use drones in order to look over fields, keep track of their crops, and give suggestions to farmers as to what to do. What about automation and artificial intelligence? The ability for a tractor or some item to drive itself, be able to make decisions that a human doesn't have to be there for. That is unheard of years ago. No one would have thought that was possible, but it is. What about gene editing? We now have bioengineered crops that we can plant. Crops that we don't think would have been able to survive in this area or in these conditions, thanks to gene editing, we can make it happen. They could survive droughts. We're feeding the world by that technology and that innovation that was created. What about something as simple as farming apps? Farmers that are able now to calculate and put in all their information, get results from it, and make better decisions. Okay, that's not something that a lot of people think of as a huge innovation, but it is an innovation that's really helping farmers out. What about robotics? Okay, I've been to a dairy that's really cool. They use a milking carousel where it's actually a robot attaching the milker to the cow and milking it. Okay, one person's there just to make sure that everything goes straight. These innovations are insanely awesome. They're so productive and make our lives easier. So some of those you might already know, but you may use some technologies and innovations that have been created in the agriculture world that you might not even realize. So we're going to deep dive into a couple of those quick. All of these that I'm going to talk about are created by the USDA, or the United States Department of Agriculture, and they've created, developed, were involved in the process of making these innovations that aren't just ag related, but used by lots and lots of people in the US and the world. First one, have you ever walked into the grocery store and you wanted some orange juice, but they maybe didn't have any fresh, or you want some orange juice for a long time? You go to the frozen section and you buy one of those frozen containers of orange juice concentrate. I know I have it. I think it's a great orange juice. That technology and that process of concentrated frozen goods, it was created by the USDA. We use it, tons of people use it now. It's a great invention that was created. We now use it, of course, for more than just orange juice, but that process was created by the USDA. Another one, you've probably had an antibiotic of some sort in your life. You know that the process of mass producing penicillin was also created by the USDA during the course of World War II. Penicillin had actually been discovered before then, but the action that was going on during World War II and the need for medicine for the soldiers really pushed the USDA to mass produce this penicillin, and now it's available for us. Okay, here's a weird one. We've all been kids, or we know a little kid. Disposable diapers. The technology within that, okay, to actually absorb the moisture, created by the USDA. They were actually modifying starch, okay, that would be within the diaper to hold that, and they called it the super slurper. So being able to hold all of those liquids without them just releasing back out. I, for one, didn't know that the diaper was created by the USDA. How about this one? This concept you may have known of, but maybe not this exact word. TIF sport. I'll repeat that. TIF sport. Okay, it's turf grass, but specifically turf grass that's specially designed for the wear and tear of major sporting teams. So, ones that it's not you'll just be nicely walking on this turf grass. It'll be really used. There'll be digs in it, everything. A specialty turf grass that's able to withstand that. Okay, created by the USDA. Now, hundreds of thousands of people get to enjoy these sporting events on that nice turf grass. Okay, last one that I'm going to say. These, again, were all created by the USDA. Summer's coming up. One thing that we know that means for us is more mosquitoes. I don't want those mosquitoes on me, so I'm going to grab my insect repellent, and most of them now have the active ingredient of DEET. So USDA actually found that ingredient, discovered that, and repurposed it into mosquito repellent. The history of that one is actually, again, in the wars, okay, they've been looking for ways to protect soldiers all across the world in different environments from different types of things. And part of that is diseases that they can get. By now using DEET into mosquito repellent, they're helping the soldiers out. They're also helping me out in the summer, staying away from those mosquitoes. There are so many creative things, people out there, creative things they've came up with, so many innovations that have been started. Here's the deal. These innovations don't have to be elaborate. A lot of the innovations start with just someone wanting to solve a problem or make life easier for themselves. What this makes me think of is back in high school, me and my friends, we were at county fair, and we were getting really frustrated because we kept having to clean out our animals' pens, sweep the aisles, and just kept taking so long, and we wanted to go do other stuff. So we were trying to come up with a way that we could speed up that process just because we were getting annoyed. So we tried to invent the shroom, which is, of course, a combination of a broom and a shovel to try to, speed up the process. Don't quite know the exact goal we were trying to accomplish. But it was just us trying to be creative, innovative, coming up with something. Now, we didn't make it onto Shark Tank with this brand new invention of ours, but for a little bit of time, it made our life easier. Well, it wasn't a super good invention anyway, so we still resorted back to the normal ways of cleaning. But it was something we could create. So my question for you, is there something you can create? Is there a problem you want solved? Is there an innovative idea that you have in the back of your mind you want to see if it's possible? Is there a frustration you have, like cleaning aisles? You want to make life easier? Create something, okay? You can do it. And don't be afraid to ask for help or guidance from other people. Lots of people that create stuff don't do it alone. They need good feedback. They need critiques, okay? Ways to improve their products. So my challenge for you, be creative, be innovative, okay? Get hands-on and create something. You probably have something in mind, and if you don't, ask someone else. Maybe you're not frustrated with something or have a problem to solve, but your neighbor does, a family member does. Even if that's maybe creating a prototype of a new product you'd like to invent, okay? Your prototype does not have to look extravagant, doesn't have to be perfect. It's just starting something. The world needs creative people, so let's see what you can come up with.